Okay, so this is one of Toyota's flagships. The interior, pretty tidy. Can't say it's got the high quality feel, but it also hasn't got the mass-produced cheap shitty feel. Steering's very light, quite responsive. Car engine seems to tick over very nicely, seems to make quite a sweet noise. Well, the car engine doesn't sound too powerful at all. It sounds quite jittery, and it's a little bit light on the clutch. I find pulling off in this is a little bit jumpy. Tend to get that with a lot of smaller cars. Car's very claustrophobic inside. Roof's very low. The side windows, door windows, are very small. It's got huge wing mirrors though, which is quite bizarre considering. And the rear view is quite clear, nice and big. Seats nice and cozy. This is a manual gearbox, and as soon as I can get out of this bloody road, I'll let you know what the driving's like. Looks like it's got all the features, sat nav, etc, etc. Very light steering. Right, well this one's sluggish, this one doesn't go anywhere at all. Mind you, it's only the big engine diesels that are really worth driving for pleasure. Cornering. I tell you, it's quite a level car this, it doesn't lean at all. Likes the corners. I think you can chuck this into the corners very nicely. Suspension, well, you got a bit of a wobble there, and I feel like this car is sort of like a wedge shaped. Feels like it's got its nose down and stuck into the ground. I don't like that feeling because it feels like you're going to topple over if you swerve, as in rollover. Feels a bit top heavy, the car. With all the windows closed, I have to say that the noise inside the car is totally minimal. It's one of the quietest cars I've had in a long time. There's hardly any noise here. The brakes seem to pull to one side, which is not great. Once you get a chance, it does pull away quite nicely. This is a relatively small car, and I feel very enclosed inside the car. It's I'm an average sized chap. I'm 6'2", and I feel very aware of being enclosed in this car, and I don't suffer from claustrophobia. It's nice to have a bit of metal around you, and with this car you certainly don't get that. It's very squidgy. Steering is very irritating actually. It's the slightest movement and you're jumping all over the place like you would get with a short wheelbase vehicle like a Mini perhaps. But because of that, it's very responsive. It feels like the sort of car that you can nip in and out of cones or something, you know, as if you're doing like a driving test. Dashboard, the instrument dials are very impressive, quite unique, and I'd have to say that they are very clear to read. Maybe not so much the speedo because you've got the kilometers there, which also adds on to more stuff to digest for your eyes, but yeah, that's pretty neat. I like the dashboard there, very clear. It's not blocked by the steering wheel, which is always a good thing. Center console feels a bit plasticky, a bit cheap. Aesthetically quite pleasing, but it doesn't have the build quality I would expect from a Lexus. I mean, the Lexus is supposed to be the pedigree car now, especially the flagship of Toyota, and really this doesn't rock my boat at all. But it's a nice car to drive. It certainly rolls along very smoothly, but I wouldn't say this is any better than a Mondeo, Ford Mondeo. It is, however, a lot smaller. You'd have to be a Lexus person to want to buy this.